It's someone's fault. And she was late because she was fricking playing Cyberpunk, which didn't help. This is why you have to come in early. So we're not late.
I wasn't early technically. It was like 52 or something my time. So it was like 8 minutes early.
You should have been 20 minutes early so that if there's any problems, we've got 20 minutes to fix them. I'm just saying. Just saying. That's what I do. I set up everything like 30 minutes early in case something goes wrong. It's another reason why I haven't played Cyberpunk today. Because I knew if I got into it, the time would just drift away and I'd be like, oh fuck. And I'd have like 5 minutes to set everything up. Because that's what I do in games, I just sometimes, and that game's pretty fun. So that would happen. I would just forget the time. It's good job you had it on Steam, because otherwise I wouldn't have found you to tell you it's showtime. Oh, right. So, well, you can go ahead and talk about stuff, I guess. Your cyberpunk stuff. And then...
I could grab... Like, I've been posting a lot of pictures. I can, like, find my pictures and post them. Here's like, my character. Clothed. I'll only...
Oh, yeah, you know, yeah. Yeah, we don't... Yeah, we're on YouTube, so we don't want
yeah, my character has both, you know, boobs and like a male uncircumcised penis.
Yeah, I don't know if we can. I don't even know if we can say that on. Like,
I guess I already said it, but
yeah,
we're not showing it. I'm showing PG images, so you can. There's one of my character that. She's not in that dress anymore, but...
what am I showing? How do I show this? Hang on. Oh, hang on. I need to... That's what's wrong. It's not showing the... There we go. There we go. It's not a very big image, but
yeah, that one's not. It's just a close up on the face, yeah. And then there's this where like somebody committed suicide or died. I don't know. But they fell off a building or they jumped.
Okay, it's coming up. Hang on. Right, oh, this one's a better thingy. There we go. That's better. What happened there?
I was just walking along to like I think I was like going to clothing place or something maybe. I can't remember exactly what I was doing, but it wasn't the main mission. Or the main story. And I like hear this screaming, so I look around because I was like, what's going on? And then he just like splats like next to me like that. And I did try to loot his body, but
no,
it didn't let me. It either didn't let me or it didn't have anything.
Yeah, no, there's no loot because if there's loot, it shows up in a wee square box thing.
Yeah, so I wanted to loot his body. I got closer though to see if like the square box would show up or something, but no. He did have. Somebody pointed out his really ugly socks.
So have you been having fun then? I take it.
Yeah, I have been having fun.
Because it's not really a game I would think you would go for.
I like it a lot.
Right. I'll get this one up.
My boyfriend said that too about me. He's like, that doesn't seem like your type of game.
Yeah. Yeah, so this is the mission I'm on right now. Is this one. I stopped at this one. That's when I stopped playing it. the other night.
At the heist.
Yeah, this one. It's all set
Yeah.
up. I think I'm at the hotel or whatever. When I
Yeah, you
saved
gotta
it and logged out.
You gotta finish playing it.
I'm going to, but that's how far I am.
I'm ahead of you now, and I'm like really slow at playing games, like because I like run around the city and do side stuff.
I've been busy. And I haven't played
Busy
it
doing
today.
What?
I haven't played it today. Well, yesterday I was busy most of the day, so I didn't have any time to play. And then last night, it was the only time I got to play it.
Why are you so busy? Like
Well,
I asked for work off.
right.
What are you doing?
No, but I had to go do stuff. I had to go outside.
Ugh.
I had to. I had no choice. And I had to like go to stupid meetings and stuff. So
Oh, it's terrible.
it is terrible. I had to meet people. Anyway,
I like what
I
I
couldn't
like
play.
what the robot here
I'm
said,
actually-
though. This isn't a spoiler for the story, so I'm gonna read it what the little robot says because I thought it was funny.
I'm
says, like,
actually
this-
surprised that it's actually running quite nicely on your. It looks like the graphics are pretty decent on your machine. I'm surprised.
Oh yeah, and it goes pretty smoothly, like when I'm running around and stuff, because I like run around
Yeah.
lots of places, and it's pretty. My boyfriend was like looking at it, and he's like, "Oh, this looks pretty smooth," and I was like, "Yeah,
Yeah, it
it's, like, doing
does.
pretty good."
Compared to the consoles.
That was funny. We'll bring that up after this. So like my character V, she's getting a cab ride, and she said
Oh.
like this combat mode even legal, and then
Yeah.
the robot car, which I actually really like. There's like a mission that you could do with like this cab service, robot cab
No,
service.
don't tell me.
I
Don't tell
actually
me.
really like him. He's funny.
Don't tell me because I don't
I
want
won't.
spoilers.
I'm not gonna tell you. It's a side thing. Wasn't gonna say anything about it. I was just gonna say I really like him. You
Right.
know. Anyway, so he says, "Of course it is. The Second Amendment says so."
Yeah.
And then he says, "While on board, you are entirely within your rights to bear and use me."
Yeah. I like the shop name of the gun shop. I have seen that. It's called Second Amendment.
Oh, I haven't seen that.
The
Or
gun.
I didn't pay attention.
The gun
I've been
shop
inside
is
the gun
called
shop,
Second.
So I guess I didn't play. Yeah, I didn't pay attention to that. Actually.
Yeah. It's in big lights. How can you miss it?
I don't know. I don't look up very often.
I've not been in the clothes shop. I've not done any of that. I've just went straight for the mission because it seems like it's still trying to show me how the game's going to work. So I'm wanting to get that out the way first, and then I'll do what I do with like Grand Theft Auto and jump about and mess about and do it from there.
Here's the thing with the like where they showed my tweet about the video.
Mm.
You know, with the PS4.
Mm-hmm. Mm. Yeah, this one. Glorious Gaming PC Master Race, yeah. See, the thing is, right? That does look terrible, doesn't it? Looks really bad. To be fair, right, see that loading, see when at the end there with the guy loading in, that's because of textures. And it's the console's hard drives are slow. They're what do you call it? Their RPM's 5,200, which it's like the slowest drives you can get, because usually the fastest ones are 7,000 something. So yeah, that's going to happen. It just is, because they're too slow. They're not. Of course, Cyberpunk should really be running better than that. To be fair, I think they've kind of rushed out the game, because there's been people with running. They've been running the game, and their CPU's at 50% and their GPU's at 50%. That should never happen. So there is a lot of tweaking that needs to be done, patches and stuff. Talking about patches, there's one just come out today.
Is there one coming out today? Or did it come out?
It's out.
Oh,
it came out today. So
yeah,
it's a hot fix.
They had like a day one patch, and I guess they have this one. I only experienced one glitch that like was frustrating for me in the game. And it was during the heist. Okay.
Right, I haven't done that yet.
Is the one that you haven't done yet. So this is not a story spoiler.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to spoil the story or anything. But one of the glitches that happened that was frustrating is that there's like a guard or in the elevator or something, and you need to like loot his body for something to get the elevator to work.
Yeah.
And like he's like glitching out. And when I kill him, he dies outside of the building.
Yeah.
And then I couldn't loot his body. And so I had to like backtrack. Okay. So I had to like, rewind and go through it again. And he still was glitching out. So I don't know if it's just me or if that's bug for everybody, or if there was any way I could not get that bug to be like that. But luckily I killed him. The second time I killed him, he died inside the elevator, so I could loot his body.
Yeah. So so the hotfix is for PlayStation consoles and PC. For Xbox systems, we are working to have it update out as soon as possible. There's a list of changes. Quests, fixed an issue, completing the final objective, and fixed an issue with starting a conversation with Johnny, corrected the rare issue with NPCs no longer calling V, fixed issue. That's all quest fixes. And then the gameplay, fixed the preview and the weapon crafting. Visual, reduced vehicle appearance pop in, speeded up switching first person perspective to third person perspective in a vehicle, fixed issues with animations missing from important quest NPCs during cinematics, improved stability including various crash fixes, modified the flashing effect on the brain dances to reduce the risk of inducing epileptic symptoms. So yeah, that was some people have had a fit. Do you remember the brain dance thing where you go into the guy's the video editing bit? So the flashing lights, they flashing lights when it switches on, they actually cause some people to have epileptic fits. So they got the press was shouting about that, because of course they do. I mean, we've got so much press on this fucking game, it's unbelievable. They've been shouting about it.
They do have a seizure warning at the beginning of the game.
No, they didn't actually, not before the patch.
Oh, okay. Well, I saw
that was
when I was playing it.
That was the second. That was the second patch. Because there was a first patch.
Yesterday.
Yeah, no, it came out really fast because obviously.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Okay.
So
that was the first thing they'd done, because they thought, oh fuck, we'll need to put that up. Right, so it was an easy fix just to put that up. But a lot of games have that in the first place usually, but seemingly this one didn't. So it has now. I think that was their first No, there was a first patch right away because they had to, because they said that like last week. Yeah, there's going to be another patch day one. And then there was the second patch, which was the epileptic thing, and now we're at patch 4. So there's been, I mean, they've been frantically just putting stuff in,
Fixing things
yeah.
that people are finding.
Yeah, switching language to default in the game settings now correctly sets it to the language of your Steam client. I've not got it on Steam. I've got it on Good Old Games, or what they call GOG Galaxy.
I
now.
have it on Steam, but I haven't used. I didn't notice the problem with the thing, so
Yeah.
the language or anything.
So I've got it on their own. It's basically their Steam. It's like CD Projekt Red's Steam, because if I bought it there, I got the money goes directly to them, and Steam doesn't take their 30%. And I've been using their stuff for a while now, so I was just like, why not? I've just make sure they get all the money right. A lot of other people on the PC have done that as well. So yes, there's improved console specific, improved reflections quality on Xbox One and PlayStation 4 to eliminate the smudge effect, fixed the Wasteland achievement being stuck on 97% after completing all the relevant missions, fixed an issue with missing something for Xbox players in Americas. I don't fuck no. It looks, to be honest, it looks like the game shouldn't have been out yet, to be fair. 4 patches in that much of time.
Yeah. But I think they were like, oh shoot, we can't
delay it again, yeah, because it's been delayed like 4 times.
Yeah, so I think they definitely. So it's. I don't know. It might have been. It actually, with them having to delay it before, I think it was probably a better move to just go ahead and put it out and then put the patches out, because people are still having a lot of fun playing it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's very playable still.
Yeah.
And like I said, I only experienced one glitch so far that was irritating, but it was only like maybe a slight irritation to where I had to go back and try something again. Otherwise I haven't experienced. Well, I had there was guns, I think, that were like frozen in the air.
Oh yeah,
That's just funny.
Yeah, you said about that.
Yeah, there was guns floating in there, and then there was this one funny thing that happened. That might have been like a little glitchy thing. I don't know, but you know how you could throw grenades at people and blow them up, right?
Yeah.
Well, one person lost their leg. Okay, and then there's this bloody leg stump from the thigh or something, down just above the knee. So it still had the knee. All right, and it was still standing there, and it was all bloody, and then it was just wiggling around. So that was really funny. So those are the 3 things that I've that I noticed, and then only one of them was an actual problem, you know. And so I would say that pretty good so far, at least in my experience. I don't know if other people they experience.
Other people have been having a lot of crashes and stuff. So
my game hasn't crashed at all.
Neither's mine. No hassle with that at all.
Yeah, I haven't had it crash at all, but I did notice that maybe that's a console thing, because the people that I saw complaining about it were on consoles. So I don't. So was it on PCs too? Oh, okay. I did not have that problem. I have not had that problem at all.
No, neither have I. I find the game a bit
what?
A bit slow, because I need a new GPU, because it's fucking annoying me, because I have to play at 30 FPS. I want it running at 60. And
I don't know.
oh,
I
you
don't
wouldn't
know enough
care.
about it.
You wouldn't care. You hardly play PC games. You wouldn't notice the difference.
Yeah, it seems to be running like
That
really
sounds,
nicely for
it
me.
sounds
And my
like
and you can see my screenshots are they look really good.
I sound like an elitist, but no, you can really feel it. See, when you're used to games being at 60 and then you go to one that's only running at 30, it's like, oh, it's horrible. The problem is, I can't fucking get a graphics card. It's so annoying. I've got the money, and I'm not paying. I'm not paying fucking stupid prices for it. I want it at a fucking retail price, and no one has any. Like, I could go on eBay and buy one for like £1,000, but I'm not going to spend £1,000 on something that's supposed to be 500. Do you know what I mean? Fuck that.
Yeah.
Um.
Yeah,
So
no, I think that's understandable. Well, like I said, my boyfriend, he just got because he was gonna get a couple of parts anyways,
yeah, no,
so
I
he
looked around. I looked around to like
Mhm.
just to find out like is that plausible? I'm like, no, it's fucking not. It would cost me about 2 grand for a PC
Yeah,
that I would want, right?
yeah. It cost my boyfriend 1,800.
Yeah, and that's just to get the graphics card and a PC equivalent to what I've already got. Well, it'd be a bit faster
Yeah.
because it would be newer,
Well,
but it's not by much.
my my boyfriend was gonna buy a couple other parts too.
Yeah, so am I. I'm gonna have to
Remember?
buy. I'm gonna have to buy a PSU, but even after that, it's nowhere near that amount of money. So I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to wait for these fuckers to come into stock. And I've got that. I've
Yeah.
got a choice of two. I've got the AMD one and I've got the Nvidia one. Whichever one I can get first is the one I'm going to get. I was waiting for the AMD one, but there's no stock of them either. So, and it doesn't look like AMD's going to have stock because they're shit at stock because they put all their silicon right now is going to all the consoles, so they don't have any silicon to give to the graphics cards. Um, so it looks like Nvidia's going to actually win that point. I think so. I don't like Nvidia. I just don't like their shit. But I'm going to have to maybe just go back to them again. I like to support the underdog, which is AMD. Like it's been because they're like half the size of the companies. The R&D that Nvidia spend is about how much AMD can actually spend in total. So, like Nvidia is such a bigger company. Same with Intel as well, but they beat Intel. They've done fucking well to beat Intel. Um, but in the GPU market, I mean, they haven't even had cards for the past 10 years that have been competing with Nvidia. But I've always had their cards because they were cheaper and they gave me a decent bang for buck, so that's why I went for them. This time they're doing similar, but they're very competitive and they know it, so they put up their prices as well. But you can't get the fucking cards. So it's like I'm sitting here going, I check all the shops. No shops have them. The shops that do get them have only have them in for like 20 minutes. So unless you're fucking sitting there pressing F5 and refreshing, you just can't get them. So I wanted it for this game as well because I knew this game would run a bit shitty for my liking. It's not running bad, like it's just running not the way I want it, if that makes sense. I want it running at 60 and it's running at half that. And I knew it would. So that's pissed me off a bit. But yeah, so that's the hot fix for that. They're doing stuff. They'll probably try and fix the game. Also, I was going to. They've actually already covered its costs, So that's pretty good, right? Imagine releasing a game. Imagine releasing a game in like a day. It's already covered its costs. That's pretty damn good. Like, I'd be happy with it. As an investor, I'd be like, yes, that's what I want to see. And they've still not even brought out the multiplayer part yet, because that's coming as well, isn't it?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
And there'll be DLC, because there usually is.
Mhm.
Oh, their DLC is massive, by the way. Usually, the Witcher, there was 2 or 3 DLCs for The Witcher 3, and they were about 15 hours each. So they basically added a hell of a lot more gameplay into the game with their DLCs. So if they'd released DLC for this game, instead of 30 hours or whatever it's at, it's going to be, I think one of the devs said it was 117 hours they spent in the game going through like everything. That's mad. And if you add DLC that's going to be putting an extra 15 hours in there for each DLC, and they released 3, that's like another fucking 30, what's 40 odd hours, 60 hours maybe? I don't know. So that's a lot. So seemingly, the Cyberpunk was it was revealed back in 2012, which is 8 years of development. That's pretty long. It stands to reason that the game was not cheap to make from start to finish. Well, according to CD Projekt, all of that time is now fully paid off. The company revealed today that Cyberpunk has not only recouped its development costs, but it's also made back the money spent on marketing. Holy shit. So it's even made the market, because usually the marketing budget's pretty big too. Well, at least for movies it is. I guess games will be similar. The news comes via CD Projekt's site in the form of current report. The management board of CD Projekt, the office in Warsaw, referred to as the company, hereby announces that the estimated licensing royalties receivable by the company in association with pre-order sales for Cyberpunk 2077 across all of its digital distribution channels have exceeded the sum of the following: total development expenditures related to the game and the game's marketing and potential costs borne by the company, either already incurred or anticipated for the remainder of 2020. That's like a day when the game comes out. You've already fucking made your money back. That's pretty good. One possible motive behind the announcement is to assure any concerns surrounding the game in the wake of its release. The game has gradually received a positive critical reception on the PC, but technical issues and many reviewers' inability to play the console versions prior to launch has resulted in backlash. Game Informer scored the game a 9 out of 10 based on the PC version. You can read our review here. The console versions look fucking terrible. So I would like. I think a £500 PC would actually look better than one of the consoles at this point. But I guess the PlayStation 5, the new consoles will look a lot better, like for definite. But the game's not out on them yet. I think that's ready to come out on sometime next year. It probably Q1 next year, so it'd maybe be like February ish. It'll come out on the consoles, the new consoles. So it should look good and it should run on them, and they'll have plenty of time to like fix all these fucking bugs and patches and shit that they're going to have to go through. So if you're waiting on it for the next gen consoles, you should be fine. Right, are you wanting to go get food, and I'll get away from YouTube and I'll talk about stuff that we can't talk about on YouTube for some reason.
Okay.
So if you go get food, and then what am I doing? Yeah. So go to airofradio.co.uk for the rest of the show. Bye bye YouTube.